Everyone, Angie Zoomwalk Diamond Ambassador, and today we're going to talk about bringing in the harvest. One of the things that I have found have been key for my growth in this business and for getting potentials on board with Plexus is follow up. Y'all, I truly, truly, truly believe that the fortune is in the follow up. I have lost so many potential ambassadors because of lack of follow up. But on the same hand, I have gained so many ambassadors because of my persistence in following up with them. I kind of did some research and I have a favorite little graphic with some statistics. So I'm going to share that with you. Did you know that 48% of people never follow up with a prospect? Y'all, that is almost half of us will never follow up with a prospect. That means that maybe someone's reached out to them, us, maybe we've reached out to them. We've gone through all the trouble of getting to know them, maybe troubleshooting with their health goals, and then that's it. That means, half of us will never even make another contact with them, y'all. And I mean, and that's really a shame because we are missing out by not following up with these people. 25% of you will make a second contact. 12% of you will make a third contact. 10% make more than 3 comments. And let me tell you something, that 10% that make more than 3 contacts, y'all, those are the ones that are going to be successful in this business. That 10%, they are the doers. They are not just the dreamers. Follow up truly separates the doers from the dreamers. So think about it. Do you want to be a doer? Do you want to take action so that you can live the life that you've always dreamed and help so many other people live that life too? Help them get healthy with these products, help them be successful with this business opportunity. Um, okay, so now I want to kind of flip this statistic a little bit. 2% of sales commitments are made after the first or second contact. So remember the 48% of you that are never going to making any more contacts than one. So that means 2 out of every 100 people that you reach out to about Plexus are going to join on your initial contact. And for the most part, I found that true. It's a numbers game. The more people you reach out to, you're going to hear those no's, but eventually you're going to get people that are going to hop on and do this with you. 3% of commitments are made after the second contact. 5% of commitments are made after the fourth contact. I'm sorry, 5% of commitments are made after the third contact, and 10% of commitments are made after the fourth contact. And listen to this, y'all. 80% of sales are commitments. Okay, 80% of sales are commitments are made on the 5th to 12th contact. So, when I think about this and when I think about people are like, nobody wants to join Plexus, nobody's interested in the team, nobody's interested in these products. Well, think about it. Are you really reaching out to them? Are you following up with them at least 5 to 12 times? Because if you're not, then of course they're not interested. If you're not, then you've got to remember, y'all, Plexus is not at the forefront of a lot of people's minds. So that is why follow up is so key in this business. I look back and I just had someone join a month ago that I have been reaching out to and following up for 3 years. Sometimes it takes people a little bit longer. This person that just signed up, she told me no several times, but I kept following up with her. I kept being persistent. So today I want to encourage you. I want to encourage you to never, ever, ever, ever stop following up. I'm sure you may be thinking, okay, Angie, but how do I follow up? How do I follow up when someone doesn't respond? How do I follow up when someone tells me no? Well, I'm going to share a couple of tips that have helped me with success throughout my journey. So first of all, let's say you've reached out to the person and maybe you've sent them a little bit of information about Plexus, but you haven't heard back yet. What I like to do is I wait a couple of days. I'm really big. I'm kind of all over the place if you know me, and I tend to get a little forgetful. So my calendar has been a lifesaver for me with this business. So what I'll do is I'll set a follow up on my calendar for, maybe 3 or 4 days out to follow back up with them. And I'll maybe say something like this. Hey girl, I just wanted to make sure that you got the information that I sent you about Plexus. My family have been my family and I have been so blessed by these products, and I know that they can help you too with your health goals. What is a question that you have for me? I always like to end it with a question because that's going to initiate a response from them. So after you've made that initial follow up, if you wait, I followed up with them. Then I might wait a few days later, or maybe even a week later, if I haven't heard back with them. I'm going to follow up with them again, and I'll try to use a couple of different strategies here. We have to remember, again, Plexus is not on the forefront of people's minds. Maybe it looks like they've read the message, but it might be their child playing on their phone and they've never even seen the message. So that's another reason why follow up is so important. So maybe the next time I reach back out to them, maybe I am going to say, maybe I'm going to share a testimony with them. A testimony, let's say that they have told me that they suffer from severe headaches. So maybe I'm going to research, I'm going to find a testimony. Either I'm going to post about that testimony, um, or B, I'm going to share that testimony in a private message and just say, hey, girl, I just read this testimony. God placed you on my heart when I read it. I know this is something that you've struggled with, and I truly feel like that this could be something that could help you. And just that simple. So it's just something else to get back in their mind. If it's somebody that I'm trying to reach out to and follow up with, and they've showed interest in Plexus, y'all, I am going to make sure that I am engaged and commenting on their post. People, just because you're friends with someone on Facebook does not mean that you're going to see all their posts. So that is why, especially people that you have that are interested and you've been prospecting about Plexus, you really want to make it a point to go like and comment and engage in their post daily, every other day. And so that way they're going to start seeing your post, and you can post specifically towards what that person was looking for. If they're looking for more energy, you want to do some posts about more energy. If they're looking for, they have headaches, you want to do some testimonies about headaches. So you can post targeted toward them, but you can also share personal testimonies in a private message to them. Another strategy, y'all, I feel like in this modern day of all this technology, everybody, I'm guilty. I will text someone before I will pick up the phone and call them. I'll send them a private message before I'll pick up the phone and call them. But picking up the phone, hearing their voice, hearing your voice, hearing the passion in your voice is so powerful. So if this is someone that you are able to, if you have their phone number, if you're able to pick up the phone, stop hiding behind technology, pick up the phone and call them and say, hey, girl, I know you've shown interest in this, and I just wanted to follow up with you to see if I could address any questions or hesitations that you may have about Plexus. And normally, they'll kind of like respond back, but I've noticed that people that are my close friends, if I just stop hiding behind technology and pick up the phone and call them, that has enabled me to close some people and help them join the team. Another thing that you can do is offer a sample. I've had a lot of people that we're just kind of like back and forth, ping ponging about messages, and I'm like, okay, how can I finally get them to just jump all in? And maybe I'll say, hey, I know that you've been interested, and I'm kind of sending some samples out right now. Would love to send you a sample. What is your address? And a lot of times, they'll respond back. People love free stuff. They'll respond back. And that is a really easy way for me to continue to follow up with them because I'm going to be following up with them on the sample. Now, I do like a side note here. When I send out samples to people, I am very upfront. I let them know, hey, this is just to see how you like the taste of the product, kind of see how it kind of fits into your day. You may or may not notice anything when you take it. And I like to tell people that so that way they don't have these high expectations of noticing some kind of life change, within the first 3 days. But I mean, but then again, I mean, I've had people that have like automatically noticed something in the beginning. But I think it's really important that you set that upfront expectation for them. Also, y'all, if you're running a special or incentive, and especially if the company is running an incentive, that might be just what they need to jump off the fence. If someone knows that there's a special, that is a great way to get someone off the fence. So not only posting about it on Facebook, because remember, not everybody sees what you post about. But anytime you decide to run a special, or if the company is running a special, reach out, private message all of those people that you have been reaching out to. And that is a great way to follow up and a great way to get people to jump off the fence. Um, Follow up, like I said, I truly believe is what is going to separate people that are super successful in the company and those that just want it. There's so many out there like, Angie, I want it, but are you really following up? Are you really doing those daily actions in order to get there? Y'all, do not be afraid of no's. The more no's you get, it's going to bring you closer to a yes. I want to encourage you all to be intentional about following up. I want to encourage you all to be a doer, not a dreamer. And remember, the fortune is in the follow up.